Hey YouTube, this is Teresa, and in this video I want to talk about something that happened to me years ago. I get questions all the time from friends and even some family members as to why I don't have any children. So I want to talk a little bit about that because I'm hoping that even by sharing this, that it's able to help somebody else who's probably gone through the same thing that I've gone through. So back in, might have been 81 or 82, I started having really bad pains in my lower back, and I didn't know why. It was so painful. And my mom used to put icy hot on my back. She would rub my back, and it just did not work. And I think that went on for like a week or two. And finally, she said it's time to go to the clinic, and she took me to the neighborhood clinic. For those who are from the Chicago area, maybe from the near north side, remember all of that. The dark, oh, it was so dark there. Like it was just gloomy. It always looked gloomy. The first floor was I remember it being a nursery or preschool, which I did attend there. And then the second and the third floors were the clinics. So the second floor was the clinic for the children, and then the third floor was the clinic for the adults. So my mom took me there. They took me in a room and had me lay down on the table, and they started to press down on my stomach. I didn't know why. Next thing they did was they took blood. They told us, told me to go out with my mom and sit in the waiting area. And all I remember about that place, another thing I remember about that place was those really light blue walls and those tan chairs. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let me digress. Okay, so they came out and they told my mom to get me to Children's Memorial Hospital immediately, that I was being admitted that day. So my mom took me, we jumped in a cab, and I remember us having to walk to North Avenue because cabs didn't come on where we were. So we had to walk to North Avenue, jumped in a cab, got to Children's Memorial, which was on Webster at the time. It's no longer there now. It was on Webster. And I was admitted. The very next day, they did a biopsy. And the biopsy simply means they they took out a piece of my lip. Okay. I was diagnosed with Non-Hodgkin Lymphoma. And just simply, it's a lymphatic cancer, cancer of the blood. The only way I knew that there was a problem was the pain in my back. Beyond that, I wouldn't have known there was a problem. So they told my mom that the first thing I needed to do was radiation. And I remember us going for radiation for a week. I had to go through this machine. I had to drink this stuff and then go through this machine. The stuff I had to drink was terrible. The stench of the hospital was horrible. The lobby area smelled like burnt coffee. Used to just make me nauseous. But anyway, that was for a week. And then I had to do chemotherapy for just under a year. And I remember them having a conversation with me and my mom, letting her know that since I was going through the treatment, that I would not be able to have children. And at the time, I didn't realize, the importance of that, the significance of that. I just wanted to get well, and I'm pretty sure that's also what my mom wanted. And my mom was there every single treatment. Even the treatments where, it would be Wednesday and it'd be time for me to go. There were times I just did not want to go. I would, leave the house and go to Lincoln Park, and she had to end up calling the hospital and telling them that I wasn't coming that day. And, she sat me down and told me the importance of continuing on with the treatments, and that I couldn't just, run away, because that's what I was doing. I was running away because I didn't want to be ill. I didn't want to be sick, and I did that at least twice before my mom was like, okay, cut it out. So the treatments, the chemotherapy made me extremely sick. My chemotherapy treatments were on Wednesday. So I was sick Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday, I was able to start eating. I remember during that time, I loved applesauce. That's really all I ate on Sunday was applesauce. And even to this day, I still eat applesauce. I love it. But after Sunday, Monday, I was right back at school. Public school was, and at the time I was in the 6th grade. I remember there was 20 days, went to school for 20 days in a month. I was probably out of school for 6 days every month. And I remember my teacher at the time, Mr. Carrington, I still had to do my work. It wasn't like I was given any special privileges or treatment other than the fact that I had to do my work at home. I still had to make the grades. And I remember when we took the Iowa test, I took the test as well. And he told me, he was like, Teresa, you need to score 7, I think it was like 7.0 or something like that in order to be promoted to the 7th grade. And I was a little scared because I didn't know I'd missed a lot of school. And he read my score and he was like, congratulations, you just made it 7.0 to the 7th grade. So I was excited about that. Like I said, a lot of people ask me why I can't have kids. That's the reason why. It just, totally messes up your system. And that's it. Do I regret it? No, because I'm here today. It's been over 30 plus years and I'm still here cancer free. I know that cancer treatment today is not the same as it was when I went through it. Okay, I had one of the lesser cancers, one that the success rate of survival was like between 70 and 80%. So, and then they caught it early. So that was important. But for those who may be going through cancer now, and maybe you've already had children, I've heard of people who, they've had cancer, but they've already had kids. You are blessed. You are blessed. The cancer wasn't a blessing, but the fact that you were able to have children prior to having the cancer, be thankful for that. Now, of course, you may not be able to have kids now, but those of us who, had cancer early and it totally, destroyed our system, there are other options or means. I have over 8 nieces and nephews, and there is always the option to adopt. And that's not something that me and my husband have talked about. But I'll say this, when you are with someone, and I've been with my husband, it'll be 20 years in December, we had this discussion before we even started a relationship because I didn't want to get with someone who, their objective was to have kids. And ironically, my husband did not want kids. So that was a plus for us, but the option to adopt is always there. So don't think that because if you're going through cancer, you're going through radiation, chemotherapy, and they tell you no longer can have kids, that you won't have someone in your life to love, because there are millions of children out there who need a family. So again, adoption is always an option. That's something that, if the conversation comes up, my husband and I will definitely discuss. But keep your head up, keep focused on getting healthy and well. Stay encouraged. That's the only thing I can give you. Will it be, once you're healed and, you go through the process of, the thought process of, you can't have kids, will it bother you? Yes, absolutely it will bother you. But you too will get over that as well. And make sure that you have a good support system around you. So I want to thank you guys for listening to this video. Like it, comment, and please subscribe. Again, I hope this video was able to help someone. Take care and God bless.